Get ready with me while I tell you more things that I thought were normal growing up with a toxic mother and like everything. Already not strong with the silent treatment. My mom would give me the silent treatment whenever she would just like be in an argument with us and she just like didn't want to talk, which I mean, I guess just not want to talk, but that taught me how to not communicate anything in life, and now I'm just I'm just horrible at communicating, so I don't really know why she thought that one was a good idea. Low-key, she would like sometimes say that her therapist would just tell her to like walk away and just like not talk, but I don't know, like would a therapist tell you to like give your kids like the silent treatment? My mom loved to just kind of like play the victim card, and like obviously there was like some scenarios where like I was like mean to her and I guess she was like the victim in that scenario, but majority of the time, like I don't know, like she would just be like, oh, like I'm just such a horrible mother, and I could never do anything right, and like I don't know, like just like the way she would say it was so like manipulative. For example, I'd be like, mom, like you let my sister, like, you know, like you let her be mean to me, like you let her say all these things, like blah blah blah, you like you don't say anything, and then she'd be like, hey, I just can never do anything right by either of you, blah 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 blah, like I just can't do anything, like I'm a horrible mother, blah blah blah. Like I never understood that. I would literally sit there and be like, no, like I'm not saying you're a horrible mother, I'm just saying that like I don't understand why you're like this. I don't really know where her logic was with that one, because I just don't understand that. Like I think it was just genuine like manipulation, like that's how it felt and that's how it feels like looking back on it still to this day. So never explaining why any rules were like there or anything, like my mom would just always say because I said so, which I feel like a lot of parents do that, but it's still not a normal thing that they should do. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like kids need a why. Like as a kid, like they need to know why they can't do that. I don't know. And I would always just get like, because I told you so, because I'm the parent. Like that's what you would say, because I'm the parent, I don't have to give you a reason. But sometimes I would genuinely just like need a reason. My little neurodivergent brain just like it needed a why, and I wasn't getting a why, and it just like frustrated me so bad. Another big saying that my mom used to love to say that I forgot was, nobody can make you feel that way except yourself. And she would say when she was yelling at me and I was crying and I was telling her how bad she hurt my feelings and everything, and then she would just be like, well, no one can make you feel that way but yourself, because I'd be like, I'm just so sad, like, I don't understand, like, and that's how she would say it. Like maybe in some ways she was onto something a little bit, like only you can make yourself feel that way, but also like my feelings were actively being hurt. Like I wasn't trying to feel that way, I was just like a sad kid, you know? So also, never mind, like she didn't actually have anything. Nope. Stupid. You don't know where she got like all her great quotes from, like that one, and then the children are to be seen and not heard, that was a good one. Like I don't know. Mom would be so adamant about these quotes too, and she'd be like, yeah, like that's what you need to live by. Girl, why do I need to live by that? Ain't nobody need to live by that. For a while, privacy wasn't a thing, and I did indeed get my bedroom door taken off, so that was fun. One time I did get my door taken away because I was slamming it and like whatever, I guess. But the other time was just, I think, because I was in my room with my door shut too much. That was super fun. I hated my life because my bedroom was literally connected to the kitchen. Like if you were sitting at the dining room table, you could look to your left and there was my room. Now I love being out and like having my own place and not having to like be so on edge all the time. Like now I'm just chilling, like I'm living my best life.
Get ready with me while I tell you some weird things that I did to my boyfriend before we started dating. I literally used to have the biggest crush on my now current boyfriend, and my freshman year I did some pretty weird things to try to get him to date me. The first thing being, I literally wrote a song about him, and in the same day I produced my own music video about the song about him. And then I quite literally proceeded to share it to the entire school. Not the entire school, but definitely my grade. A lot of people knew about this video because it was during the summer and I posted it on literally every single story. Don't even ask what was going on in my head my freshman year because I don't know. Another thing I used to do is I used to go over to his cousin's house while he was there without him knowing. So like my boyfriend would be at his cousin's house and I literally just like show up while they were playing outside. It was like really weird. The whole funny thing about this though is that his cousins were in on like my weird behaviors to him. Me having a crush on him actually started off as a joke. And this is kind of funny, but his cousins literally were feeding into it as well. Another thing that I would do is I would run up to him in the hallway and give him a hug every single time that I saw him. Also, along with this, his cousins would like take pictures of me doing that and send it to his mom, and then his mom was like fully convinced that we were dating. For a hot minute there, I'm pretty sure his mom thought that we were dating and like he didn't tell her. Another kind of weird thing that I would do is I would try to text him and call him like on Snapchat, and like he was always super uninterested in talking to me. Hearing me talk about this is putting realization on literally how weird I was. I do not know why he chose to date me after doing all of that. Another kind of weird thing is we actually did end up hanging out, like, after me doing all that weird stuff. As a joke, me and him went on, like, a two-man. It was with his cousin and him, and then me and one of my friends. And, like, we all came over to my house, and, like, we kind of both knew that, like, it was a joke. We weren't actually, like, going to hang out with each other. Which, I guess talking about this is kind of funny now, because after that entire day, we actually really liked each other. I thought he was, like, really sweet and nice, and that's one thing that I, like, really loved about him. I don't know how I got a redemption after all of the things that I did do. I guess it all kind of worked in my favor because now I can just be myself around him and he doesn't even care because I used to be way weirder than I am now. Well, oh my gosh, why does this never open? Well, someone let me know if they did the same thing to their boyfriend or I'm just like really weird. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys. Bye.
Story time about how we accidentally exposed our best friend's secret relationship with our teacher. Okay, so boom.
Junior year, we were best friends with this girl named Riley.
And we literally, like, we were ride or die.
Like, so close.
Best friends,
Yeah.
every day, eat lunch together, hang out every day after school, FaceTime me till 3 a.m., like, you name it. Trauma bonding over ice coffee.
Cam, yeah.
Y'all get it. But, anyways, so Riley was, like, she starts acting, like, super weird,
really weird.
and, like, and she, like, wouldn't hang out with us after school. Like, all three of us were, like, a trio. Like, we would hang out all the time.
Yeah.
And then she just, like, started, like, sneaking off at lunch.
No, literally. She started wearing
And, like,
perfume that she hated. Like,
And
she
she'd
used to say she
stay
hated
after
it.
school, and she'd go, like, early to school, and we're like, why? She's like, I always have these makeups. And I was like, what?
You don't have any tests.
I know. And then, like, she, like, started, like, texting this guy, and his name was, like, Alex T. Like, I'd always see it in her messages. And I was like, who is that? But, like, I didn't, like, ask.
Yeah, but one day I borrowed her computer during study hall to print something, and her messages started, like, popping up on the screen. And the first one was, like, meet me in the back parking lot during 5th period.
It was so weird. We were like, like, babe. Okay, so basically she, like, left for a minute, so I grabbed her phone.
And I
Because
literally
curiosity-
clicked on one message.
Curiosity was literally eating me alive. Like, I couldn't, like, resist.
It was from our
One message-
chemistry teacher.
Our 32-year-old chemistry teacher, like,
Actually, what the
Mr.
fuck?
Thompson. Mr. Thompson, so, like, Alex
Like,
T.
I actually swear I threw up in my mouth.
Yeah, same. Like, I was like, what the fuck? So, basically, this is where it gets even fucking worse. We were at a party next weekend, and, like, Riley was, like, super drunk, like, and she was, like, ranting about how, like, she was like, Mr. Thompson's the only one who gets me, like, she was, like, and I was just sitting there, like,
Yeah, but somebody started recording her, and then they post it. And
yeah, and it got posted on our, like, bar stool.
Like, her eyes out, and
It got posted on our bar stool,
and
like,
she was,
Almost
like,
Friday
crying.
account.
She was like, he said she'd leave his wife for me.
And it literally, like, blew up. Like, our entire school found out. He was, like, put on, like, our administrative leave because he was getting,
Yeah.
like, inspected, like, to see if he was, like, a good teacher. And she had to fucking switch schools. She literally, like, well, she went online for a little bit,
Yeah.
but then she just, like, ended up switching schools because, like, online wasn't working. Her mom wouldn't let her do. And we literally, like, haven't
talked
talked
to
to
her
her
all, but
because
she's
she's
so,
never
like-
texted us. She, like,
Yeah.
took us off all our private stories, her location. Like, I don't even, like, know what's, like,
Yeah, but
fucking
she still, like, views our stories.
yeah, she's, like, still looks at my stories, and I'm like, girl, like, what? Okay, our time's almost up, but if you want a part 2, let us know, because, she's, like, supposed to, like, there's this, like, mandatory thing she has to, like, come to at her school if she wants to, like, graduate at her new school, so we're gonna have to see her, so I'm really scared.
Comment for part 2.
Yeah. Part 2 on how we accidentally exposed our best friend's secret relationship with our teacher.
Okay, so bow.
Okay, so basically, the event that we were telling you guys about in our video before just happened this past Wednesday. So we have all of the tea. Okay, before we get into the event where she came to our school,
We just want to let you know we did get permission from Riley. She did say that this video is fine to keep up.
and our teacher, obviously the police are informed about this because our teacher's under investigation, so obviously the police know. Okay, so now let's talk about why we exposed Riley and why she is Satan herself.
Yeah. Basically, all y'all saying it was the teacher's fault and that she was groomed, it just was not like that.
That is just not, and we know that for a fact. I don't know if you guys remember from our last video that we posted, but pop out.
Yeah, me.
The things Riley did with her dad, like,
It's can't even put
totally
into words.
inappropriate. Basically, and this is why we know that this was not, like, a teacher grooming situation, and the police have confirmed this as well. Basically, Riley would, like, always ask us to have sleepovers, like, at, like, her house, like
Like, it
every time.
always had to be at her
Like,
house.
I'd
nowhere
offer,
else.
she would offer. No, it always had to be, like, her house. And one day we figured out why.
Okay, so I am gonna just share this because it's already out and I hate seeing my friends getting so much hate online. Like, it actually breaks my heart. So basically, everyone who's saying that Riley is getting groomed and innocent really just upsets me and makes me terribly mad because she did some things when she was sleeping over at my house, and every single night she would, well, first of all, it was just always so awkward when we were around my dad because she would just make, like, awkward comments and just be like, oh, like, your dad's so hot, and I would be like, what the fuck, like, that's so weird. And then she would, one night, I found her trying to sneak into his room, and I was like, Riley, what the fuck? And I, like, barged in, and then I saw her trying to take pictures, and God, I can't do it. Okay, sorry, this is just really hard to talk about. Basically, I just kind of brushed it off. I was like, whatever, and she's kind of a weirdo. And I just had, like, a weird gut feeling about everything. And so I was like, when Riley went to sleep, I was like, I need to see what she was trying to take pictures of him. And so I went on her phone, and it's just, I'm sure you can imagine, but it's just so weird and graphic. I don't even want to explain it, but
That's all we're gonna say about that, but, like, for part 3.
Yeah.
This road by my house has to be haunted because tell me why every time I drive past it, something bad happens. Or, like, every time I drive on the road. Last night, me and my friend were going to drive on the road because we were, like, bored. And I feel something literally grab my face. And at first I didn't say anything because I was like, it was probably my friend. And I look at her and I'm like, did you just grab my face? And she was like, no, I promise I didn't. And I start bawling my eyes out because this has happened to me before. And it was not pretty the first time either. Because I just felt someone, like, grab my face and, like, it's not her, so who the fuck was? And then one time when my friend drove past, she saw a little girl standing on the side of the road. And, like, she was, like, calling me crying, and she was scared as fuck. Then throwback 2 years ago to 4th of July, we were, like, lighting fireworks on that road because no one lives back there. And so we were like, okay, it's fine. And then we, like, were lighting the fireworks, and I turn around, and I see this guy, and, like, keep in mind, it was mid-July, or not mid-July, beginning of July, because this was, like, 4th of July. I'm, like, shaking even, like, talking about it. And he's in all winter clothes. He has, like, a winter hat on, and he's, like, limping towards us. He has, like, no face. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but, like, he didn't have a face. And I know some people, actually, a lot of people don't believe in this kind of stuff, but I'm not lying. And he, like, didn't say anything. We all just, like, got in the car, and we drove away so fucking quickly. Maybe it was a person, I don't know, but we were gone because I was not trying to deal with that. That is also the road, if you've seen my video, like, a couple weeks ago, that I almost got kidnapped on. It was the same road that I almost got kidnapped on. Like, why does everything bad happen on that road? And last night, before someone grabbed my face, I had, like a very, very weird, like, eerie feeling that we need to, like, get out of there. And then that happened. Like, and it's not like I'm scared. Like, it was, like, a bad feeling. I know a lot of people aren't going to believe me, and that's fine. But, like, I'm just telling you from my experience that that's what happened. And, like, I believe in that stuff. I feel like you don't really believe until it happens to you because, like, that's how I was. Like, people would scare me with it, but I wouldn't believe it. And then it happened to me, and then I was like, oh, okay. Call me crazy, but I feel like everything's real. Like, even mermaids, even aliens. Like, I feel like everything has walked this earth at least once or, like, still is. Like, I love that saying, seeing is believing, because I seriously feel like people never believe stuff until they see it. Stuff has also happened in my house, and some of my friends don't even want to sleep over because of it. And I'm like, girl, like, it's not that deep. Like, I guess it is, like, if, like, it happened to you and you're scared. If you guys want more stories, I can give them to you, but I feel like, honestly, if I tell other stories, people are not going to believe them. But to be honest, when people don't believe me, it doesn't bother me because I know what happened and I know what I've been through and I know what I see. Like, I don't I'm not crazy. Okay, when I say it like that, maybe I am crazy, but anyways, you guys get what I mean. I'm going to the gym, so I love you guys. Bye. Get ready to know I tell you guys the time I got grounded for 2 years. Basically, there was a party going on and I really wanted to go to it because literally everybody, all my freshman classmates, all the upperclassmen, like everybody was going to this party. I still asked my mom if I could go. I know that it was going to be like 99% a no, but I was like, you know what, I'm still gonna ask just like in case she says yes. So I asked her and as expected she said no. I actually got my butt chewed because I asked her that question. I was so sad the next day at school because everybody was talking about this party. My best friend that I'd known for so long was saying, oh yeah, I'm going, you should go, this and that, and I was like, I can't go, I got told I couldn't go. Then my best friend was like, girl, just say that you're gonna go spend the night at my house and come with me, like you're gonna be fine, you won't be caught. So I was like, you know what, that's actually smart because my mom did have Life 360 on me, but like whenever I was at my bestie's house, she never texted me anything about like seeing my location. So I assumed she never looked at my location when I was with my bestie. So I was like, this is the perfect plan ever. So as soon as I got home that day, I went up to my mom and I asked her if I could go to my bestie's house instead. And of course she said yes because she knows who my bestie is. She knows like the parents and all that. Bestie gets there and I sneak out using my back door, like the sliding glass door, especially because I could leave it unlocked and I feel like not a lot of like people in my family look at the back door. So I get out, I jump over my backyard fence, and then I go like a block or two down to get to my bestie. I was perfectly fine when I got in the car. We go to the party and I'm there for about like an hour and a half. Dancing, having the time of my life. When my phone starts vibrating very aggressively, I'm getting the vibration of a text and the vibration of calls. And at first I just thought it was like one of my friends, so I wasn't answering it, I was just ignoring it. And then I got a gut feeling that it was my mom, so I checked and it was my mom. I obviously don't answer it because if I answer it, my mom's gonna hear the party going on in the background. So I was just gonna pretend like I was asleep at my best friend's house and that I didn't see her like call or text. So I continue hanging out with my friends, I'm dancing, all that, when all of a sudden inside of the house there's like a knock on the door and everybody goes quiet. I'm thinking it's the cops, right? Because that usually happens at parties. It's like on until the police crash it. I'm not worried because I wasn't doing anything bad. Like we all still kind of hide, so like when the person that owns the house opens the door, they won't see everybody. The person that owns the house, like lives in the house, ends up opening the door, and to my surprise I hear a female voice. But it wasn't just any female's voice, it was the voice of my mother. My mom, my madre, my mother. My heart sunk to my butt. My mom's like, I know my daughter's in here, you better get her right now. And obviously the person's like, well, if your daughter's here, like I don't want her here at my party because like this is very awkward, you're not gonna leave, they're gonna end up calling the police. So he's like, whose mom is this? Whose mom is this? And then my mom comes inside the house. Mind you, I'm literally just hiding behind a sofa. It didn't take long for my mom to just walk around the house and automatically see me. I mean, I was hiding behind the sofa and the living room was right there. She sees me and she proceeds to yell at me in front of literally everybody, all the freshmen, all the juniors, all the sophomores, all the seniors. So I get in the car and she yells at me a lot more than she was inside, and then she proceeds to tell me that she also told my best friend's parents that she was there. It's like, did you forget I have you on Life 360? She did look at my location when I was with my best friend. As soon as I got in the car, she took away my phone, she took away my Apple Watch, all that. She said, you're grounded for literally 2 years. And I thought she was joking, but no, I was grounded for 2 years. I did not have my phone, my actual phone, for 2 years. When I got home, she took off my door off the hinges. Like, it was bad. And on top of that, my best friend was mad at me because my mom snitched on me, so she stopped being my friend. And when I went back to school, everybody was staring at me. I could hear people whispering about me saying, yeah, that's the one whose mom came to the party and screamed at her and took her. So this is your sign to listen to your parents and don't be a bad kid. Anyways, just a fun makeup look, and that's the story of how I got grounded for 2 years. Bye.
This is how my mom found out about the Lonnie video and how I'm now grounded. I did make this video yesterday, but now I have to repost it because TikTok deleted it from my drafts for some reason. For some background information, if y'all don't know and you're like here for the first time, yesterday I posted a video, or like the other day, and it kind of went like viral in a way. And it was about me being able to drink Alani's. I mean, not being able to drink Alani's, and my friends supplying me with them at school. So I was like, they got my back, and everyone was like, for real, and I'm like, yay. I was excited. But my mom found out about the video and I'm not allowed to have Alani's. Okay, and now let's get back to the story time. So basically yesterday, as I was getting in the car from practice and we were driving home, and I am an excited teenager who a video just blew up like 600K, and I'm really excited. So I tell my mom naturally, I'm like, Mom, guess what, one of my videos blew up, I'm so excited. And she goes, oh, like which one? And I'm like, oh, it's just like the relatable one. Like, it's just like a relatable one everyone relates to. She's like, oh, you want to show me? I'm like, so I just bring up the topic. I switched topics real quick to tennis and how my practice went, and she didn't even notice, that's like just how it happens. I changed topics so my mom doesn't notice. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just dodged a bullet. That scared me. I almost just ratted myself out. I was so scared. And so we're going home. We got Chick-fil-A because I was starving after practice. Eating Chick-fil-A. My brother's at the table eating dinner. This is where things get interesting. I'm sitting there eating my Chick-fil-A salad, having the time of my life, and my brother goes, oh, Mom, have you seen Avery's video? I'm over here thinking in my head like, oh, what video? You're not talking about the thing I think you're talking about. Like, how do you even know about that? Because he doesn't have TikTok, or at least I didn't think he had TikTok. I was so scared I was literally about to like shot myself when he said that. Apparently, my brother got TikTok without my knowledge or my mom's knowledge, but he didn't get in trouble, only I did. So my video went on his For You page, so that went viral, and he was like, oh, this is my sister. Wait a second. So he followed me, and I scrolled through it, and I like saw his account, and I was like, oh, shoot, he did follow me. And then I blocked him right after all that happened, because I was like, ain't no way this little thing is telling on me every single time I post a video. Mom is like, oh, no, she hasn't showed me yet. She told me a little bit about it in the car. And he was like, well, why don't I show you the video? And I'm giving him that, like, kind of like, what the frick are you doing? Are you trying to kill me right now? Like, look, like, honestly. So he walks up to my mom, who's, like, leaning against the counter, kind of waiting for us to, like, be done eating. And he's like, oh, here, Mom. Shows her the video. I'm over here, like, praying it's not that one. I know it's that one. I know this. I know it's this. Because he knows I'm not allowed to have Lonnie's, and he's against me. Like, I love him and all, but he's showing her this video, and as soon as the video goes over, she gives me her look. Like, the look of all moms whenever they're, like, angry. But mine is, like, scary and, like, magnified. It's like, this is what I look right here. It's like, that's exactly what she looks like. That's exactly what she looked like. I'm not even joking. That's like exactly whatever. And I'm over here like, I know that did not just happen to me right now, because that is like, I'm dead. I knew in that moment I was dead. Seriously. And she continues to say my full name, which is Avery, blah, 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 blah. You know you're not allowed to drink energy drinks, especially Alani's. I have told you multiple times, and we got these for your friend and when she goes out of the hospital. And actually, I did technically ask her in Sam's when we got the pack if I could have one of them, like, before I made my friend's basket, and she said yes, but I don't think she knew what I was talking about, and I knew that she didn't know what I was talking about, because she was, like, trying to hurry around trying to find things. So, like, I'm not gonna ask again. That's a yes, and that's all I hear. That's literally what I argued back to her, and she was like, you're grounded, because I started arguing back, and she got mad. And I'm like, well, you can't take my phone away. I don't even use my phone, which was a lie. I say that every time I get grounded. But, like, whenever I am grounded, like, I don't even, like, need my phone. I just go, like, work out for 3 hours or something. So she's like, you cannot go to your friends this weekend and swim. Because, like, the UV's high, like, on 11 or on Saturday or Sunday or something. So we were going to tan together, swim together. But that's not happening anymore because my mom just grabbed me from it. But at the same time, I am getting, like, about the same time tonight, I'm getting my nails done with my friend's older cousin. So I'm getting on the bus with her, and we're going to her house to hang out, and then I'm going to get my nails done. Like, isn't that the same thing as what I'm initially doing on, like, the weekend? Like, huh? I mean, obviously, I'm still thankful I'm not grounded from, like, going to get my nails done today and hang out with my other friend, but I feel like, I don't know, I'm annoyed. Because this is, like, the only weekend I've had, like, where I don't have sports or anything, where I can hang out with a friend over the weekend, and I chose that friend because I never see her anymore, and now I can't even hang out, and I'm super mad. Also, I am starving. I'm gonna go eat something really bad right now. That was basically the end of my story time, and now I'm just gonna do a little slick back because my hair is extremely greasy, and I don't want to wash it because I'm lazy. Yeah. Okay, slick back bun is done, and now I'm ready to go to school. I'll see you later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!